Welcome back to Yogalates with SJ and to this Bodyweight strength workout. So this is a 10-minute strengthening workout that you don't need any equipment for, but of course you can use some ankle weights if you want to. We're going to be coming down onto our right side. You are stacking the hips, bringing the head into the hands, and you are lifting up out of the side waist, bending through the bottom knee and lengthening out the top. And then we're starting it to lift and lower that top leg up and down. So as you continue with this, I want you to make sure you're not collapsing down into the shoulder. You've got a slight flex into the foot, so the toes are flexing back towards the face, and you're just lifting up and lowering down with control. So we don't want to lift the leg up too high to a point where you're bringing any tension into the back. And we want to really connect into the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the outside of the glute. And you are lifting up, controlling the movement down. So imagining that you are squeezing that inner thigh in towards the other and lifting up, lowering down. Nice work. Next time you bring the leg up, we're staying here and we're starting to make small circles backwards. So just making some small circles coming out from the hip and lengthening out the toes and keeping this going. So it's a really small circle, seeing if you can control that movement of the circle, working from the hip and making sure you're breathing. And then we're reversing this, starting to circle forward, keeping length from the hip all the way out the toes. Tiny circles here, working into the outside of that glute, the outside of the hip, the outer thigh. Nice. Now we're just keeping the leg lengthened out, and then you are bending the knee as you draw it in, and then you're pressing the heel out, flexing the toes back towards the face, finding length again. So keeping this going. As you continue here, we are imagining that we're trying to press something away out through that heel as you lengthen the leg. And then as you draw the knee in, you're using your core muscles to draw the knee in, and then you are lowering the inner thigh in towards the bottom leg and keeping this going, trying not to rock around in any other part of the body. So we're also not locking out through that knee joint. So all of the strength is coming from the leg rather than from the joint. So we're not letting the joints take the pressure here. We're letting the muscles work. Nice. Now we're just starting to find a twist. So just starting to lengthen that top leg as far over to the outside edge of your mat as you can. And then you are starting to twist the torso to be straight down. And then you are finding a lifting up and bringing the elbow to knee, drawing that knee in, lengthening the arm and the leg long, keeping this going. So it's a really nice rotation of the spine as you start to let the head come down, and then starting to lift all the way up, drawing the knee in, knee comes in towards the elbow, and then finding that rotation again. So continuing here, just making sure that you've got a soft core engagement, and you are finding even more length each time you lengthen out, fingertips to toes, and you are keeping everything nice and strong, but at the same time not locking out through that knee joint or through the elbow joint. Nice work. Beautiful. And then staying here, guys, we're just starting to take a moment here and we're going to reverse this. So this time you're starting to bring the knee in, reaching the fingertips towards that leg, and then lengthening the leg long, and then circling the arm all the way around as you draw the knee in, and then finding that length, fingertips towards the foot, and then starting to rotate the arm all the way around, letting the gaze follow this. So we're finding a reverse of what we just did, but we're just starting to find that lifting up out of the side waist, working into the side waist, the obliques at the same time, working into all the muscles of the leg. We're also getting a really nice rotation here into the shoulder, and also some really nice spine mobility as well. Making sure that you're breathing, guys, so not allowing yourself to hold your breath, breathing deeply in, fully out. This is a short workout, but it is going to get everything you need here today. Nice. Let's start to take a moment here, coming all the way back and then lifting all the way up onto the palms, And you're starting to keep the body where it is, but we're just starting to let the arm come up and over and then coming back through center. We're starting to stack the legs. So just stacking one leg on top of the other, finding a fire log pose. So you've got the shins stacked, the knees are in line with the feet, and then you're starting to lengthen up from the tailbone all the way out the top of the head as you inhale. Exhale as you start to walk the hands forward and allow everything to soften down here. Head comes down towards the earth, letting the arms relax down. Taking some deep breaths here, in through the nose and sending that breath all the way out to the bottom of the spine. Nice. Let's come all the way over to the other side. So you're coming to your left side and we're coming straight over to do the same thing on this side. So bending through that bottom leg and we are lifting up out of the side waist. You've got your head in your hands. You're starting to lift and lower that top leg. And as you continue here, just making sure you're not locking out through the knee joint, but you're just starting to really connect into the outer thigh, the outside of the glute. You've got a soft core engagement. You are lifting up and then lowering down, almost as though you're trying to resist something as you bring the leg back down, and you are pressing out, resisting as you press the leg up. So it's about 2 hip height here that we want to be with that leg lift, and the knee is pointing forward, lifting up, lowering down, really connecting here, making sure you're breathing. We don't want to be rocking backwards or forwards, just staying with those hips stacked. Nice. Next time you bring the leg up, we are just staying here with the leg at hip height, starting to circle back. So it's tiny circles, really bringing your mind to notice that all of the movement is coming from that hip out the toes. Tiny circles here, making sure you're breathing deeply in, fully out. Nice. Let's go back the other way. So softly starting to reverse this and circling forward. Tiny circles straight out from that hip, finding some length out those toes, making sure you're lifting up out of the side waist. Let's start to bring that knee in. So we're doing that press, pressing the heel out and then drawing the knee in, lowering the inner thigh to come down towards the bottom leg, and then we are lifting back up, pressing out through that heel, finding energy out that heel as you flex the toes back towards the face, keeping that lift out of the side waist, so not collapsing down into the side waist here. You are using your core to lift up. We're pressing out, finding that strength here, and then you're drawing the knee and using your core to draw the knee, and then lowering the leg down, almost like a little clam here, and then pressing back up and pressing out. Nice. Now we are starting to find that twist here, that beautiful rotation into the spine. So letting the top leg lengthen out as far out towards the outside edge of the mat as you can, letting the torso face towards your mat, lengthening the right arm forward, and then you're starting to lift up, drawing the knee in, knee to elbow, and then lengthening the leg and the arm back out as you rotate back down towards the earth. So keeping this going, just making sure that you are finding that core connection here the whole time. Ribs are closed, shoulders relaxed, jaw is relaxed, drawing it in, using your core to draw in, pressing all the way back out, finding length, building long lean muscle here as you start to find that rotation again. Beautiful work, you guys. Finding your breath, flowing freely with this. Lifting up, reaching, and staying here for a moment, just letting everything soften down. And then we're sweeping the arm all the way up, and we're going to find that reverse. So you're going to start to straighten out the leg, reaching the fingertips toward the toes, and then starting to draw the knee as you let the arm sweep up and over, rotating back over again. So good. Trying to keep length into the back of the neck so you're not bringing any tension into the back of that neck, just letting everything flow really freely with this. And we are using the core muscles to draw the knee in, and you are then maintaining that connection of core as you press the leg back out, reaching the fingertips even further towards the toes, finding even more length, making sure you're not collapsing into that supporting shoulder here. So you're lifting up from that side waist all the way up, finding that you're also not rocking backwards or rocking forward. So you've still got the hips stacked here. Now we're starting to rotate back, just finding a release here, and then sweeping the arm up as you come up onto that left hand, and then sweeping the arm all the way up and over, finding a little twist here, and then coming to stack the shins one on top of the other. So one foot is in line with the other knee, the opposite knee, and you're lifting up out of the pelvic floor all the way out the top of the head. Head is over the heart, heart is over the pelvis, rolling the shoulders up, releasing the shoulders down, and then as you inhale, lengthening up, and as you exhale, walking the hands forward, and you are hinging from the hips as you release the head to come all the way down. The heart center relaxes down, everything softening forward here, and then inhale as you roll all the way back up, exhale as you release all the way. Beautiful work, you guys. See you soon.